Dear colleagues, collective bargaining is under attack and we must defend it. It is through the right to collectively bargain that the American middle class exists.
In too many states, politicians are aiming to dismantle the core of collective bargaining, shifting even greater power and wealth into the hands of their political backers. But Governor Scott Walker's assault on organized labor in Wisconsin, instead of disheartening workers, provided a spark that is turning a moment into a movement. The battle certainly isn't confined to Wisconsin and the Midwest. The battle rages in the Northeast, and here in New York as well. We see tax breaks for the wealthy, while poor school districts see their state aid frozen or cut. We see attacks on collective bargaining and attempts to destroy the fairness created by seniority. And in the corridors of our state capital, we see attacks on public employees, on due process, on compensation, and on pensions. Yes, Wisconsin has come to New York. After a rally where hundreds of educators from school districts throughout Westchester joined a group of parents and teachers from Katona-Lewisboro to protest the hiring of Paul Kreutzer as the next superintendent, the school board unanimously voted to appoint the Wisconsin educator as the district's next chief of schools. He was the only superintendent in the state to stand next to Governor Walker at that press conference, touting the end of collective bargaining. But the winds of change are here as well. Change aimed at pushing back against the bluster of selfishness and greed. Change aimed at a rebirth for equity and fairness, carried by the fresh winds of collective action. We must work together to protect public employees from being stripped of their collective bargaining rights. Commit to protecting the fully funded public pension systems in New York State and oppose the efforts of the numerous anti-labor forces that seek to destroy the basic labor rights that cover New York's employees. Let's start by contacting our elected officials in New York to let them know that we support collective bargaining rights. It's easy to send a fax to your state senator or assemblyperson, and this is how it's done. First, go to the NYSET website at www.nyset.org. Next, on the homepage of the website, you will find the Legislative Action Center located on the left. Click on it. In the Legislative Action Center, to the right of the page, you will find the letter Protect Collective Bargaining Rights. Click on it. If it is not there, click on View More Action Letters, and then look for the letter on the next page. Next, read the letter, and then click on Send this letter. On the next page, you should already see a check mark by your letter. To your right, click on Send Faxes. The next step will be to determine which elected officials receive your fax. Type in your zip code. If you live outside of New York State, type in your school's zip code. After that, click right below it to look up your elected officials. On this page, you will find your elected officials. Make sure you put a check mark by all of them and then enter your personal information below that. If you live outside of New York State, type in your school's address and then below that click Send Faxes. Congratulations, your fax has been sent.
Both the Bedford Teachers Association and NYSET believe that civil rights and workers' rights are one and the same. That the strength of solidarity must be the definition of democracy. Keep sending those faxes. Let our New York State elected officials know that we mean business. Thank you.